Okay, so hello, I'm Michel Koch. I'm the co-game director and art director on Life is Strange at Don't Know Entertainment.
So, Michelle, what's it like to see your game get such a warm reception upon release?
It's pretty incredible. We really didn't anticipate that success or that level of hype about the game, and we are really happy to see that we managed to find our public to reach a broad different sort of players with the subject and the characters we created in the game. We've seen that we have a lot of young players, older players, male and female players, players from more the casual sort of games, and also hardcore players. I find some players who are mostly playing shooters who love the game. So it's really incredible because it's quite diverse.
Yeah, in a world of game where there are a lot of shooters, why do you think a story-driven game is so important?
I think we really like stories at Dontnod. Myself as a player, I'm mostly playing, of course, for the gameplay, because games are interactive, and that's why I prefer to play a game than watch a movie. But I also want a game to tell me a story, to show me characters, and to make me think or reflect about things. And I think that we are seeing that most of the games right now are putting more and more importance into the story. Even shooters. I played a few years ago Spec Ops: The Line, which has a really strong story, and I think that players are getting there too. They want to have the games to tell them something, to give them a bit more than just gameplay. And I think that the video game is a really powerful media because we can blend everything, and the fact that it's interactive and all the gameplay mechanism, it's really put the player inside the story as the actor of the story. So good stories are really important. I think it's really a new media where we can really expand and do more than movies or TV shows because of the interactivity and tell stories and show new great characters.
What were some of the challenges when making and creating the Life is Strange story?
There was a lot of challenges. uh, I've I don't know where to start because it's really a big adventure, something that was a bit long. I think that the biggest challenge for us was because we're dealing with real life issues. The game is really anchored in reality. We try to talk about life, to talk about real characters, about stuff that happen in real life. So the biggest challenge was to be right on those subjects. When you're talking, for example, like we did about cyberbullying, about suicide, about handicap or social domestic violence, all those themes are really real, and we know that some of our players will have maybe experienced that. So it was extremely important for us to be sure that we were talking about those themes in the right way, to be sensible about it, to never be blurry about it or to be not precise enough, because we know that if we did it the wrong way, it would have the complete opposite effect. We would hurt the feeling of the players who might have experienced those moments. So we took a lot of time to do documentation, to make research, to look at documentaries, interviews, blogs about all those subjects, to be sure that we were treating them the best possible way.
So, talk about what's new in this edition of Life is Strange.
So, yeah, that's a physical edition. We are extremely happy to have a real box version for the game, because at first it was only intended to be digital. So myself, I'm so happy to have the box in my hand, because when you work so long for a game, you're seeing being real as a box edition. It's cool. And for the players, I think they will be really happy because we had the time now to make a bit more localization. We have subtitles for a lot of new languages, like Brazilian Portuguese, Spanish, Mexican Spanish, and Italian, German, and Spanish. So there is a lot of new players who can enjoy the game. And we also had the chance with the box version, to have the soundtrack on a CD and to give the players an art book with a lot of concept arts and research for the game. So it's really a great new edition and a new way to enjoy the game for new players, and maybe for the fan of the game, to get those new elements and maybe give the game to one of their friends.